Hello traders, welcome back to this video. It is a Wednesday and we do analysis on Wednesdays. So I love doing a recap so that you can also learn from my setups, and I trade what I always explain to you guys. So here I have Euro USD on the 4-hour time frame, and we all know that once a break of structures happened, we expect a pullback, and one of the internal structures must be used as liquidity. And in this case, we expect a pullback to the downside. So I'm going to show you how I got this trade yesterday. So for those who are in the group, you saw how I took this trade and I shared the overview. So currently we have a pullback. I still expect some more push to the downside because it is a pullback, and I expect the market to come into the 50 minutes. Sorry, into the 50% level before we have a reaction to the upside. So I still expect price to be pushing lower into the discount level before we look for more buys to the upside. So in this case, let me delete this so that the chart can be very clear. So let me show you how I got this trade. So I went to 15 minutes time frame, and on the 15 minutes time frame, once the BOS on the higher time frame was formed, I was expecting a pullback, and I expected this low to be taken out. And why is this low going to be taken out? Once I saw that there was a liquidity trend, there was a trend line liquidity that was being formed here. I knew if this trend line liquidity was going to be broken, the market will take out all this liquidity below the trend line. So in this case, on this side here, let me show you how we got our change of character. So on this move here, we have this downward move that came down to sweep liquidity before going up to change character, and after sorry, to break structure. So there was liquidity sweep, and then we had our valid break of structure. So, and this is exactly my entry model. And my entry model, the high that is being changed as the change of character, the high or low that is going to be used as a change of character is going to must have a sweep of liquidity. So in this case, we have this low having a sweep of liquidity before going up to break structure. And later on, when the market took out this low, I had my change of character, and I was waiting for a pullback. So for those who trade trend lines, you can say that this is a trend line retest. And then after that, I marked my 30 minutes order block. You can see clearly this is an 30-minute order block, and also on the 1 hour time frame, it also can be a 1 hour order block, but clearly it is a 1 hour order block. So I was going to take a trade from that area because I knew now that the market will be sweeping all this liquidity. The market will be looking to take out the liquidities that are seen below the trend line. So, and that is exactly what the market did. So, we had our entry yesterday from up here, and our first take profit was this low. So, I knew that once a break of structure or a swing high has been taken out, one or uh, one or all the internal structures are going to be used as liquidity. So that is where I was exactly targeting or putting my take profits. So I had an entry from this area, and then my first take profit was at this area, and then the full take profit was on this 4 hour order block. There is a 4 hour order block down here that I marked. But currently, the general overview or the general bias that I have in mind is that this law here was going to be used as a major inducement. And once this law has been taken out and the market has pulled into the 50% level or the discount level, we are going to be seeing more buys to the upside. So I think GBP USD we are still bullish. I expect GBP USD to be buying, and in this case, we have this order block. We have this order block that has been left behind, and this order block is from 50% level. So I expect some more selling pressure into this discount level. You can see if I take my fib level and put from the low to the high, we still the market has not come into the 50% discount level. So I expect more sales. Either we get a reaction from this level, or the market pushes down to the extreme zone, so that we can look for buys from down here to the upside. So I have two levels. And going back to the daily time frame, I think we have a daily order block. This is a daily order block. So the market can react from this daily order block. So be very careful. That is why I've marked the 4-hour order block. So me marking the daily order block, you can see how the daily order block looks like. And refining it to the 4-hour time frame order block, we have this order block. So I expect to see a reaction from either this order block or this order block. And to enter the market, I'll be looking for a change of character, or any confirmation, any candle confirmation that is significant to me. So if I don't get a confirmation, and let's say maybe I see an aggressive buying to the upside and I see the momentum to the upside, I'll be looking for buy entries, let's say maybe for the continuation entries to the upside. So generally, I have given you a bias, and I also expect this high to be taken out. So clearly, I want to look for buys from Euro USD. So I think that is very clear. So we'll be looking for buys from these areas, but generally, for me, I'll be looking forward to try and wait patiently to see if the market will come into this order block, and then I'll have my buy entries to the upside. So basically, that is Euro USD. I think you can learn something from this setup, and it is very simple. If you stick to the rule, if you stick to the concept, you will be very profitable. So the concept is all about looking for liquidity, and then you will be targeting the external liquidities. So in this case, we were targeting these liquidities to be taken out. So that is why we entered from this level, and then the entry was the take profit was below these liquidity levels. So the market could have, let's say, maybe taken out this low's liquidity and then have a reaction to the upside. And you can see clearly when the market took out this low's liquidity, you can see the reaction. We had this pullback to this high. So let me delete this. So we had this pullback after the market shook out this liquidity. And you can see how when the market takes out a liquidity, it has the momentum to at least, let's say, maybe have a pullback. In this case, it took out this low and we had this pullback. So that is why this was our first take profit. And then next, the market went down to target this low's liquidity. So I think you can learn something from that, and you can see how we got our entry. So that is very clear. So I have also another analysis on gold. Gold, I am expecting some selling pressure, a little bit, let's say maybe a pullback to the starting from the daily time frame. I had some on my last video, I said that I will be expecting gold to pull back and mitigate this order block. And currently, I think that is what is going to happen. But we will see what gold will be doing, and we react with how the market reacts. So currently, I have an order block that has not been mitigated, and that is my point of interest where I expect gold to be pulling back into. So we will see what happens. So currently I have two order blocks. We have this order block that is inside the daily order block, and that adds a confluence to that order block, and that means that order block is very powerful. So, and up here we have also this order block. The order block is just above the the break of structure, and this can be used as a support level. The resistance was taken out, that means it can be used as a support level. So both this order block and this order block are very strong. So we will see what happens, what will be happening in this area, and also what will be happening in this area. So we have two areas, and we will see what gold will be doing. So currently on the 15 minutes time frame, we had a very good change of character, and this change of character happened in the same way that I always have my entries. So my entries always, as you all know, that I I always look for a sweep of liquidity first before I look for my change of character. So in this case, this low here swept this low's liquidity before going to break structure. So we have our valid break of structure to the upside. So, and it is very clear this is our valid break of structure. And after the valid break of structure, this low was our strong low. And when the low was taken out, this is the change of character. So this is our change of character to the downside. So we expect the market to be pulling back, and then we look for sells to the downside. So we have this order block that was left behind. You can see clearly there is this order block. So I'm expecting the price to pull back, take out this internal liquidity. You can see these are inducements to be taken out as liquidity before the market taps into our area, and then we look for more sales to the downside. So I'll be expecting a pullback from gold into this area or into this area. So we'll just wait and see what the market will be doing. And you all know that gold, sometimes gold does not respect our analysis, but we always try to react with how the market will be reacting. So this is just an overview, and it is a bias that we all know that if we try to, let's say maybe we try to look for the bias, and then uh, generally I'm trying to give you an analysis or a bias that we all expect the market to be doing. So I can refine this order block to the 30 minutes time frame order block, so that we can have uh, a bigger zone that we can look for sales from. So generally, I don't advise you to take an aggressive sell position from this area, but I'll advise you to look for a change of character or a confirmation, because if you enter aggressively from this area, your stop loss will be very, very big. So the take profit will be on this low, and you can see that is a 1:2 risk to reward ratio, but with a very big stop loss. So that is my overview on gold. I still expect some buying pressure to this area before we look for sales to the downside. So that is basically what I expect from gold. So we'll see what will be happening, and we will react with how the market reacts. So on I have an analysis on GBP USD also. On GBP USD, the same thing happened on GBP USD. I was expecting a pullback into this area on the 30 minutes time frame order block, the point of interest, but the market did not come into that area. Instead, the market mitigated the 1 hour order block and then reacted from there. So we had a change of character. Let me show you the change of character. The same change of character that I always teach you guys. So our change of character, as you all know, our change of character must happen after a sweep of liquidity and a very valid break of structure. So in this case, we had this low being taken out as liquidity by this low, and then the move to the upside went to break structure, and then after the break of structure, we had this low being taken out, and that means that is our change of character. So this concept is very powerful, and if you learn it, you will thank me later. So we had the change of character to the downside, and that means we will be looking for sales from up here. So instead, the market just mitigated the 1 hour order block, this order block from down here to this high. After mitigating that order block, we had the selling pressure to the downside. So I missed this trade. I missed on this trade, and I currently expect the market to take this low because it is same movement. It is a similar movement. It is same as Euro USD. So we had this break of structure, and this high was taken out. So we have our change of character. So I expect after a change of character, at least one of the internal structures to be taken out as liquidity or an inducement before going up. So in this case, we have this one, and going into the daily time frame, let me see if I can see an order block. We have this order block, we have this order block, and I think the market, if we have a selling pressure, the market will be coming into this area, mitigate this order block that has a fair value cap before we look for more buys to the upside. So generally, I expect a pullback to continue to the downside before we look for more buys to the upside. So that is why I'm saying that I expect this low to be taken out also. And if you draw your trend line, let me try to draw the trend line from this low. It is not a very good trend line, but you can see there is a trend line liquidity because the market is having multiple touches on this trend line. So I expect some liquidity, and you can see there is a retest to the trend line. So it means that some liquidities will be taken out before the market has a push to the upside. So I am expecting, generally, I'm expecting some sales from GBP and will currently you can see GBP is trying to push to the downside, and we all have our bias that we should be looking for sales for now, and we'll be looking for buys from these specific areas, from generally from this low, and also from we have this order block, we also have this 1 hour order block, a very big order block from the 1 hour time frame, but we will see what the market will be doing generally. So I think that is all for our analysis on Wednesday. I've given you an update, and I think you have learned something out of this analysis. So, thank you for being here. So, kindly subscribe, like, share, comment, and don't forget to turn on the notification bell so that if I upload an update, you will be notified and you will get to learn something out of that analysis. So, let's see on Sunday. On Sundays, I do top down analysis also. So make sure you are here to have that update on our analysis on Sunday.